Hey guys, this is Harsha and welcome to Easy Money. So in this episode, we'll talk about options. Okay, so I'm on the NS India website. So let's go to the derivatives section, and under derivatives, right? So you can see here there's futures and then there's options. Let's go to the index options, which is Nifty 50 options. From there, the symbol, and from there let's go to the option chain. Okay, so the option chain is quite an interesting view. I'll explain to you. So we're talking about the underlying, which is the Nifty. Okay, so the current value of Nifty is 15,856. We are looking at the expiry date 29 July 2021. So this is actually a monthly expiry. So there is also a weekly expiries, right? And there's some which are yearly as well. Okay, but let's look at the monthly expiry and the weekly expiry in this example. So let's look at 29 July, and here you see something called the strike price. The strike price is quite wide, starting from 13,000, 14,000, 15,000, 16,000 to 17,400. So that means there's someone who is trading at each of these strike prices. So the option strike prices are traded at every every 100, and as well as the 50 mark. So there's 13,000, 13,050, 100, 150. But if you look at the liquidity from a liquidity aspect, right, the OI actually indicates the number of lots that are being traded. So in general, the strike prices which are at 50 is a lot less actively traded when compared to the ones that are ending in the multiples of 100. So that's something that you should remember. But let's see. So the Nifty is at 15,856. So 15,850 is here. So okay, so there are two things to know. One is called the call option. Okay, so these are the calls, and the other is the puts. Okay, now from an option buyer's perspective, if we look at an option buyer's perspective, the call option, you'd buy a call option if you expect the market to go up, and you would buy a put option, the put option, if you expect the market to go down. Okay, so that is the from a buyer's view, right? So let's explain. So 15,850, right? So 15,856 is the spot value, and 15,850 is one of the option strike prices that is being traded both on the call side and the put side. So whatever you see in this color, right? So these indicate that these options are in the money, right? From a buyer's perspective, right? They are in the money because 15,856 is above 15,850. True. So the spot is above this price. So this everything here and below is in the money from a call perspective. Let's look at the put perspective. So right, the put is right for the people who have the kind of a bearish view, right? So they think the markets are actually going to go down. This is from the buyer's perspective. So if there is somebody who's holding the 15,900 put, he's or she is in the money because 15,856, which is a spot, is less than 15,900, right? Right. So that's why for the put, this coloring here, right, is here in this piece. So everything above 15,900, from 15,900 above, they're all in the money. Okay, now what is this one, the 15,900? So look from a call perspective, 15,900 is called at the money. So this was in the money. So the immediate next strike price, right? So the immediate next strike price is at the money for the call side. So here it is 15,900, and on the put side, right? So it is at 15,850, right? So this is at the money. Okay. Now, what about all these other options? What about, say, 15,950, 16,000, 16,500? So these are all called the out of the money options, right? In the money, at the money, out of the money. So this entire range here is out of the money on the call side, and on the put side, it's something similar only. So here we have, right, so in the money is at 15,900 in the money, this is at the money, and from 15,800 onwards, right, everything else is out of the money. Okay, so what is this value that you see here, right? So here let's see what is this. So it's called LTP, right, last traded price on the calls, last traded price on the puts. Now what is this value, right, which we see here? So this is the option premium. Okay, so now option premium, right? So in the option premium there can be two parts to it, which is what we call, right, an intrinsic value and an extrinsic value based on time. Okay, so let's try to understand that. So 15,000, let's take 15,800, that is an example on the call side. So 15,800 on the call side, right? So what is the market trading right now at? 15,856, right? So from a call perspective, 56 points, right? Because the spot is at 856. 56 points is already true, right? So 56 points is already there on the Nifty above 800, right? So in 108, 56 rupees is the intrinsic value. If 56 rupees is the intrinsic value, 52 rupees is just the time value. So when I say time value, right, so this is, we are talking about the 29th July expiry, which is still around, say, 4 working days away, right? So for a person who has bought say 15,800, right, so he has an intrinsic value of 56, and a time value of 52. So if we add 108 to 15,800, it becomes 15,908, right? So for him to actually make some money on the day of expiry, it should at least close above 15,800 plus 108, which is 15,908. So at 15,908.45 is his break even, right? So if it closes at 15,910, he would have made maybe a rupee, right? So if the lot size is 50, 50 into 1 is 50 rupees, right? So this has some intrinsic value and an extrinsic value. Look at this guy. So this also has something like that, but look at the component of this. So since spot is 856 and this is 850, only 6 rupees is the intrinsic value, and 73 rupees is just the time value to it. And look at this now, 54. There's no intrinsic value. I mean, the spot has never reached 15,900, and we are still ready to pay a premium of 54 if you want to buy. So that means this is quite far away, right? This is purely time value, and everything else here, right, from at the money and out of the money, they're all time values, right? So maybe few hundred points up still would be possible for the Nifty to move within the 4 days. But let's look something far away, like the 17,000 call. So it's still trading at 85 pies. But what do you think is the probability of Nifty reaching 17,000 in 4 days from Monday to Thursday? The chances are less, but because it is a monthly option, right? I mean, it's not necessary that these would have been traded right now, but these positions could have been taken up quite a while ago. So it's possible that it is also true that this was traded at a much higher price. But now it looks very unlikely that within the 4 days we will reach 70,000, right? So everything much beyond here from a buyer's perspective is more, it's like a lottery, I would say, because the chances of the Nifty closing or at least reaching these is pretty slim. It's not impossible, but it is slim from the call perspective, right? This is exactly the same concept on the put side also. So right, so if somebody is negative, right, and is a buyer, we're talking about the buyer, but the seller's perspective I will cover that in another video. So from a buyer, if somebody is buying 15,700, right, to really, so it's trading at 31 or point 9 32 rupees. So if this person really has to make some money just by trading options, right, the Nifty should expire 15,700 minus 32, right? That would be, let's see, how much would that be? That's 15,668 would be the break-even point. And if it closes below that, then is exactly when he's actually making some kind of money, right? But on the put side, it's not necessary that you always use this as a trading purposes, but you can also use it for hedging, but that's another topic for coverage. But yeah, so from a simple thing, I would say that if you're bullish and you're a buyer, and you would pick up something on the call side, and if you're bearish and you are a buyer of an option, then you will select something on the put side, right? So there are various strategies and how to manage these positions, but there are more advanced topics. But from an introduction aspect, I hope you have an understanding of what exactly is call and what exactly is put. Sure. Thank you.